This is a photo of David Carter and his son DJ. David was ripped from this world long before his time, while his son lost his father, his hero, at the tender age of just 16 years old.
The family of David Carter has been tormented by his brutal murder.
39-year-old David Carter. David Carter seemingly vanished.
The mystery of what really happened remains unsolved, while a killer remains at large. Really, look at that picture for a moment. Keep it in your mind as this story unfolds. On Friday, September the 28th, 2018, David was 39 years old. His then-girlfriend Tammy and his extended family members gathered to watch DJ's high school football game in the city of Melvindale, Michigan. That night would be the last time David was seen alive and in one piece. It would later come out that David had been murdered and dismembered. Days after his death, David's suspected killer was brought in for questioning. However, she was released from custody due to lack of evidence. Within days, she went on the run and has yet to resurface. That brief 72-hour window is the closest David's family ever got to any sense of justice. Join us as we uncover the secrets of the David Carter murder investigation. But before we continue, our thoughts are with the Carter family for all they have endured over the years. David Carter was a father to David Carter Jr., a.k.a. DJ, a brother to Tycia Carter Jackson, and a son to Eldon Carter, a former military man. David loved spending time with his son. DJ was born out of David's relationship with Sonia Connor, which lasted 4 years. The day DJ was born, his father ran down the hospital hallway screaming, "I got a boy!" He was a very proud father. Despite their eventual breakup, the two remained friendly co-parents. David also spent every day with his then-girlfriend, Tammy Williams. According to friends and family, the tall, smart, athletic, and handsome David was seen as a stand-up guy who was nice and sweet and took pride in everything he did. Before he was killed, David worked full-time at an automotive manufacturing plant. In his spare time, he attempted to launch his own casual clothing line and volunteered as a coach in his son's high school football league. In his less than 40 years, David touched many lives. This is evidenced with the hundreds of people that showed up at his memorial. Then, in the days following his son's football game, it all came to an abrupt end when David was murdered and dismembered in his own home. The night after the football game, David called his sister, Tanisha, at 10:30 p.m. and asked her to edit some footage for him. One could have predicted that she would presumably be the last person to speak to him. On September the 30th, 2018, DJ received a strange text from his father. The message stated that he was feeling sick and DJ should stay home that night. DJ usually slept over at his dad's and Tammy's place every Sunday. The same day, DJ received the text. David failed to show up for work. This wasn't like him at all, especially considering he didn't call ahead to let his employers at the Magna Seating plant know. Tammy Renee Williams had become a controversial figure in the Carter family. David and Tammy had been dating for about 6 months, and she already had a key to his place. At that time, Tammy was a phlebotomist, the person who draws your blood when you get a blood test, and a former travel agent. She was also a member of the Order of the Eastern Star, an offshoot of the Freemasons. Tammy quickly gained a reputation among David's family for being possessive and jealous. At Carter family gatherings, Tammy was known to watch David closely anytime he spoke to another woman, even his relatives. She rarely left his side or his apartment. The night of the football game, she sat behind David. Despite the two going together, there was clear tension. After DJ received the text message from his father, he went to his father's place to retrieve something. Upon arriving, he was shocked. At his father's apartment, DJ encountered Tammy, who was taking out the garbage. Upon seeing her boyfriend's son unexpectedly show up, her reaction was suspicious at best. Rather than greet the boy or invite him in, Tammy raced past him into the apartment and locked the door behind her, forgetting that DJ had a key. Upon entering the apartment, DJ said he noticed two unusual things. First, Tammy ran into the bathroom and locked the door. Keep that tidbit in mind. And the second, that David's bedroom door was closed, as it was usually open. It would later be discovered that a large bloodstain was beneath David's bed, a bullet hole in the mattress, as well as one in the wall. It was also later discovered that David had an antihistamine in his system, which may have made him drowsy. The working theory is that he was shot in his sleep. As for David's body, it wasn't to be found in the apartment. Instead, David's lower torso from his belly button down was found in a sleeping bag by road workers 100 miles away, just one day after David's visit. The torso was identified by a tattoo on David's leg. Within 2 weeks of his disappearance, both his torso and head were found alongside of a highway. His head was in a duffel bag, and a bullet had gone through his head from below his left ear and exited the back. Coroners believe that David was cut up with a butcher knife in the apartment's bathroom. In the days leading up to the grisly discoveries, David's friends, family, and co-workers alike became increasingly worried, clearly with good reason. Soon after David's initial disappearance, witnesses stated that Tammy, his nearly inescapable girlfriend, was emotionally cold and distant, being totally unfazed by his disappearance. As the last person to have seen him alive, she was the first suspect. As a result, authorities brought Tammy in to question her on what she knew about David's disappearance on October the 5th, 6 days after David's disappearance. Unfortunately, they had zero evidence proving that she was guilty. As a result of this, she was released after 72 hours. 2 days after her release from police custody, the first of his body parts were found. It would take another 2 months for some form of justice to happen. On December the 20th, 2018, a warrant was officially issued for Tammy Renee Williams for the crimes of dismemberment of a dead body and tampering with evidence. It would soon be discovered that the former travel agent flew the coop. Her visit to the police station clearly scared her, as it was later discovered that Tammy was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where she took out large sums of money from several accounts as early as October the 16th, 2018, the very same day that David's torso was discovered. The following day, the suspected murderer's trip continued. On October the 17th, she took a train to Chicago, Illinois, and then another to New York City before arriving in Brooklyn, New York, where she paid $100 for a room. The last sighting anyone had of Tammy Williams comes from hotel security camera footage on October the 18th, 2018, when she exited the hotel. She has not been seen or heard from since. As of this time, neither the gun that fired the fatal shot nor the tool used for the dismemberment of David Carter has been found. Having said that, there are several things to keep in mind. One of them being something that we have yet to discuss. That is the size difference between Tammy and David. Tammy was described as 5'5" and 190 pounds, compared to David Carter's 6'4", 190-pound frame. The point of that comparison is that with David Carter's large frame, authorities have speculated that Tammy had help, particularly with the dismemberment. As mentioned earlier, coroners speculated that David Carter's body was cut up with a butcher knife. Because of this, it would have taken much time and energy to cut up a man that size, especially in terms of cutting his torso in half, not to mention the transportation of the body parts. There is no way this could have been a one-person job. It has also been speculated that members of her family or the Order of the Eastern Star have aided Tammy with either travel or finances since she decided to go on the run. She reportedly has family in Atlanta, Georgia, and New York, and is an experienced world traveler. It's important to note, in the interest of fairness, that there is no definitive proof that Tammy is directly involved in the killing and dismemberment of David Carter. In saying that, innocent people don't go on the run when the boyfriend they live with is murdered and dismembered in the house they share. At the time of the creation of this video, Tammy Renee Williams is still on the run from authorities. A reward of $25,000 is currently being offered for information leading to her capture. Once again, she is described as 5'5", 190 pounds. She also has, or at least had at the time, a distinct tattoo on her left bicep from shoulder to elbow of 6 red roses, 3 on each side with some greenery in the middle. However, in the intervening years, it is also possible that she had that covered up with another tattoo or possibly removed. Please contact authorities if anyone watching this has any information on Tammy Renee Williams. After David Carter's disappearance, DJ stated that he regretted not opening his dad's bedroom door the day he went to the apartment, but there was something that told him not to. It's possible that if he opened the door, he may have found his father's dead body. It's also entirely possible that DJ could have gone missing as well. Losing a parent at a young age is a devastating loss. There have been so many moments the pair would have shared that have been callously ripped away. No form of justice can repair that damage, yet the fact that Tammy is living her life free somewhere in the world, while DJ Carter and others who love David Carter continue to suffer, is monstrous and unfair. Why was David Carter killed? Some have speculated that he had attempted to end that relationship and that she couldn't take it. But until she's caught, we'll never really know. Thank you for joining us as we looked into the murder of David Carter and the disappearance of his suspected murderer, Tammy Renee Williams. The now roughly 23-year-old DJ has been robbed of a devoted father who loved him very much. Upon her disappearance, the U.S. Marshals joined the investigation, but it provided little comfort to the Carter family. We are still left with the lingering question: what happened to the murder weapons? Who helped Tammy both then and who is helping her now? And perhaps most importantly, why did she do what she did and where is she? Will she ever pay for her alleged crimes? As a note, we repeatedly said the alleged killer's full name during this video in the hopes of keeping it in the public view to hopefully aid in her capture. We want to hear your thoughts. Share your insights and reflections on David's story in the comments below. Your perspective adds depth to our exploration of true crime mysteries. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest videos. Your support fuels our quest to unravel the most intriguing narratives in the world of true crime. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and may the pursuit of truth guide your path.